I went to Mary Star Catholic School, and it was a good school. But the nuns were very strict. They controlled me. But when I left Mary Star in the 9th grade, I should never left. I should have stood there because the nuns controlled me in a sense, you know. I was kind of mischief, you know what I mean? Then I went to San Pedro High School. And I'll be honest with you, it was like freedom, because you go to one class here, you go to another class here, another class here. And when I got, I only had like 3 periods, so I was out of school by 11 o'clock. I was cruising more in school, outside the school, than inside the school. With my buddies, you know, we'd be cruising, checking all the girls out. They'd be sitting on the steps for lunchtime, and we'd be driving our lowriders going by the school. It was awesome. And then when I was in class, I got caught for smoking. And believe me, I was only, what, 16? 15, half or 16. Anyway, I was smoking in the head. We call it head of bathrooms. And I told my buddy, I go, hey, watch out for the teachers. I'm gonna have a cigarette in the stall. So I was lighting a cigarette, I was smoking it. Honestly, I felt a tap on the shoulder. And it was Mr. Davis. He was a principal. He was a gym teacher. And he goes, all right, Pat, you know what? We gotta suspend you. I go, what? He goes, and this, I'll never forget this guy, a young guy. His name was Peyton. And he goes, Mr. Davis, give him a chance. Give him a break. He's a good guy. You know, cut him some slack. And you know what? Mr. Davis goes, all right, Pat, you know what? I'm gonna let you go this time, okay? But don't let me catch you smoking. The guy go, all right, Mr. Davis, thank you. Well, you believe it, the next day I got nicotine urge. I go, I'm gonna do it again. And I did it again. And I was smoking in the head, same head. I told the guy to watch out for me. He goes, yeah, Pat. And Mr. Davis, he goes, Pat, you're done, man. You're done. You're suspended. Go see Lightburn. And I remember Lightburn, he was a teacher, and he loved to suspend guys. He would give the time card and stamp the card and throw it to you. He goes, you're done, Califano. You're done. So I went home, but I never told my parents that I was suspended. So every day, I pretend I go to school. I'd be cruising outside the school, but I was cruising school, and I would bring books to my mom. I'd come home with books and all that. And in the morning, my mother would make my lunch and all this stuff. This was going on for about a month, you know. Then finally, the school calls up and says, hey, he goes, why haven't you brought your son back to school? He goes, my mother goes, what are you talking about? He goes, well, he's been suspended. What do you mean suspended? I've been making his lunch every day. He's been coming home with books. He goes, nah, he's been spending over a month. He said, what? And my dad was fishing at the time, so he says, okay, thank you for telling me. Pat will be there. So my father comes home, and well, I got a good talking to, you know. And I felt more embarrassed when I went to school with my dad. Walking in the hallways, all my buddies are checking. My dad was a big man. He had a deep voice like mine. So we're walking to the vice principal, and the vice principal sits down. He goes, all right, Pat, sit down. Mr. Isidore Calva, sit down. Go, this is what Pat has done. He has no credits because he only had 3 periods. He was suspended from school for ditching, whatever, at smoking on campus. And but we'll give Pat another chance. He had to go to summer school because I was in 11th grade. And he goes, he had to go back to summer school and make up all the credits. And my dad says, well, Pat, what do you want to do? And my dad turns around and goes, listen, you got 2 choices. 2 choices you got. You go back to school or you come fishing. And he says, and he goes, you're not going to stay home and drive your mother crazy. Because my mom had, I was 6, I'm the oldest, there's 6 of us. And he goes, this is what you got to choose. You're going to go back to school or you're going to come fish with me. And I hated fishing because I used to get seasick. So I told my dad, you know what, Dad, I'll go fishing. And that's when I started my fishing career. I was 16 years old. And so I went fishing, and that was the best thing for me. It kept me out of trouble. It taught me work ethics, taught me responsibility, and so forth and so on. You know what I mean?